Well, I have come into a local legend is probably the best way to say it for a whole host of reasons.
Thank you.
It's computer division and it's Azam, and I've come in UK Family Business Week to one of the best family businesses in Stirling to present one of my Stirling and Strathallan Superstar Awards, because I can't think of a better family or a better business in Stirling to give this to. So can I give you this, Azam, and say thank you for all that you're doing, and then can I ask you a couple of questions? So tell me, well, you're second generation in the business, so
Correct.
talk to me about how computer division started. Give me the story.
Well, we'll just jump to Stirling. First affiliation in Stirling was around about 1978, 1979. My father came up north back in the day from Yorkshire when he used to do the markets in Edinburgh. And his car, he got a flat tyre in a village, and the lookers came out to help him. And he said to I came home back to Yorkshire and said to my mum, Scotland's a lovely place. Mm-hmm. And we ended up in that same village. He ended up a grocer there for 7-8 years, over in Kincardine. But Stirling was a place for cash and carry and such like, and we just loved Stirling. And I kept saying to Dad, you must get a shop in Stirling, Dad. So in 1985, he bought his first shop in Stirling, in Cowan Street, which is now the Chillows. And we traded there for 10 years. We opened it in 87 when I left school. So 10 years went by, working with Mum and Dad in the shop, my brother as a year. We worked there together. My brother was a professional engineer, so he'd be there for the weekends and such like. However, 10 years passed, I'm 25 now, 7 days a week, 10 years, never had a day off. Shop opened at 6:30 in the morning, helped build a family business. And I said to my mum and dad, when I got to 25, and I got engaged to a beautiful woman who is still my wife to this day, I said, I don't want to do this shop anymore, it's too many hours. My father said, great, let's go and do a new business venture. Laddie, after you get married, we're going to college to learn computers, and we're opening a computer shop. I went, I've never switched one on. He goes, don't worry, you will.
And the rest is
history.
Is history.
97, went to college, did my HNC at Falkirk Tech, the best college ever. Loved it, loved every minute of being there.
So 97, I'm going to say this is so, the internet's been around since the 70s, but the World Wide Web was 1993.
93,
so
correct.
97, one of my memories about 97, 98 was the sound of dial-up computers.
Great.
So when you had to dial up your modem. And I also remember that my internet service provider was based in Grangemouth. And when I had a problem and I couldn't get it, I could actually phone up the guy that owned the company and said, there's a problem with accessing the internet. The world has changed an awful lot in nearly 30 years. Yeah.
I loved the dial-up modem days. Went from 9600 broad to 14400. And one thing that sticks out in the old days was, after I did my college thing, we opened the shop, and Dad going around getting me business, being at the back of me here, talking to customers. It was just an amazing time. If there was thunder and lightning, it used to take out the modems because they're connected to the phone line. Now, when we went out to see a customer to replace their modem, or they came into the store to get it repaired, they used to say, what happened? And I used to say, it's an act of God, they call it, you know. And one gentleman who's quite smart said, do you believe in God? Yes, I do. Of course I believe in God. And he says, well, I don't, so it must have been your God, so it's your fault.
Well, listen, you've mentioned God, so I hope you don't mind me just taking us in a little bit of a diversion.
Yes.
Because I know that although this business is incredibly important to you, so is your faith and so is your work with the Stirling Mosque. And I know you don't talk about this an awful lot.
No, I don't.
But I hope you don't mind me saying that it's noticed. And you know, I don't know if you want to say something about that for a second. I'm not going to embarrass you too much.
No, not at all.
But I know that the amount of community work and the amount of faith work that you do, and interfaith work as well in Stirling, is something quite remarkable. So, you know, you've got my thanks for all the work that you do.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Well, when it comes to faith, our faith is an Abrahamic faith. So Father Abraham is the father of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. So if you follow back through Moses and Jesus, peace be upon them, and Muhammad, they're all pointing to the same God and same umbrella. And I think it's very important to keep these ties together. All religions teach good, and in Islam, we're responsible for our 7 neighbours on our left and our 7 neighbours on our right. That means if anybody's going hungry, it's your fault. You didn't ask your neighbour, are you doing okay? So that's something that's very poignant in my religion. It's either 40 on the left and 40 on the right, but I've got a lot of property, and I've got a lot of
you run
neighbours.
your own business as well. You've got to keep the margins a little bit.
So that's what brought us on to do. I always seen Mum and Dad being good to people, especially in the 80s when the EIS was on strike, the miners were on strike, BT was on strike, teachers were on strike, and my father, being in a mining village, used to fill his van up with everything that you could need and go around to all the people that were, what do they call them when they're there with the braziers and not let anybody in? Picketing. And stop there and give them sugar, a bag of Marvel, tea bags, biscuits, everything that they needed to keep them going. And in his grocers, he had a wee sign saying, take the essentials that you need, because he didn't want anybody going hungry. Mm-hmm. And I've seen them do the same, and Mum and Dad doing the same in Stirling. Anybody that came, and if they seen somebody that wasn't good, they'd help them out. And we actually seen the social work bring some kids to us one time, and they were of the Islamic faith and needed a special diet. And my mother said to the social person, just bring the girls here and I'll feed them. And then they used to come to the shop, and we had a kitchen in the back. And Mum used to cook breakfast, lunch and dinner there, because we opened at 6 in the morning till 8 at night.
Well, I'm going to say thank you for
You're welcome.
All of your community work.
You're welcome.
Your work through the mosque, and more importantly for this conversation, because it's UK Family Business Week, but no more importantly overall, thank you for all that you're doing to keep people in Stirling online.
You're welcome.
And with a computer. And also, as it's Family Business Week, we'll give Mohammed a shout. You're working here as well. You are the next generation.
Yeah, third generation at computer division. So far, it's been going smoothly. You know, you get to talk to a wide variety of different people from all aspects of the world, and they'll come in from different countries, and you get to know a bit about that. So it's really a gift to kind of broaden your mind. Even for a young person like myself, you can really take a lot of experience out of it. You know.
You taught him well for saying things like that. That was a great line there.
Son of the Rock, born and bred in this area, schooled and went to uni in this area, degree qualified, and here he is helping out his dad in the family business. And I'm really glad that he's there, someone to pass the place on to.
Proud father, proud son. So just on behalf of everybody in Stirling, I know a lot of people say this to you, but just thank you.
You're welcome.
And you really are Stirling and
You're
Strathallan
welcome.
Superstars.
I'm just a small cog. If I didn't have the fabulous staff that I've got, his mother brought him in to get him his job, I don't think I'll be able to get time to do the other things that I need. And it's all blessings of good Lord.
Just before we go, you better give the rest of the staff a name check. They didn't want to come into the picture, but who else have you got working here?
We've got Peter Elliott, has been a while with us, and we've got Andrew Rafferty, has been here with us for quite a while. He's again from Stirling Uni. And we have Kurt that we see regularly, that we lost in lockdown, but he comes and digs us out now and again, so we'll give Kurt a wee mention.
Good. Well, yeah. Computer division, Upper Craigs and Stirling. If you need anything done with computers, this is your place, and they really are Stirling and Strathallan Superstars.